ever questioned if the broken pieces will ever come back together? I need to live my life!
Have you been hurt by words that weren't supposed to cut so deep? Let down by people who said they'd never leave? Felt like your life took a turn you never saw coming? Have you ever just wanted to feel strong, not because you've never struggled, but because your struggles don't define who you are anymore? Have you ever wished you could feel unshakable? Not because nothing affects you, but because you've stopped letting it control you. If that sounds like you, you're not alone. If you've ever carried around a quiet pain, a weight no one else can see, that speaks in whispers when it's quiet and screams when you're alone, then I want you to know this message is for you. Maybe you're tired of pretending to have it all together. Maybe you're worn out from always saying you're fine when you're really not. Maybe you're running out of energy to keep faking that smile, hoping someone will finally realize it's just a mask.
Life took a turn you never saw coming.
Can I tell you something real? Something deeply honest that maybe no one's ever said to you. Trying to run from pain doesn't make it go away. Avoiding your hurt doesn't heal it. Shutting down your heart doesn't protect it. It just quiets the part of you that's trying to speak up. Here's the truth. Pain keeps its grip on you when you're afraid to face it. Heartbreak keeps breaking you when you believe it means you're not enough. And criticism only sticks when you think being imperfect is something to be ashamed of. So many people spend their whole lives avoiding the fire, not realizing that real strength is made in it. Carl Jung, a major figure in psychology, once said, "I am not what happened to me, I am what I choose to become." And that is where your healing starts. Because the truth is, everything you need to become strong, confident, and unshakable, it's already inside you. The strength is there. It's just been buried under layers of fear, shame, pain, rejection, and this constant pressure to prove you're enough.
Wanted to feel strong, not because you've never struggled.
So, how do you start? How do you go from feeling broken to feeling whole again? It starts by being honest with yourself. It starts when you stop pretending you're okay with things that are actually tearing you apart. It begins when you finally face the pain instead of running from it and start listening to what it's trying to tell you. Because pain isn't a weakness, it's a message. It's your body, your heart, your mind saying, hey, something's not right, pay attention. That anxiety, that sadness, that anger you feel when life hits a nerve, that doesn't mean you're broken. It means you're human. It means there's something inside you that needs healing, not hiding. The real problem isn't just what's happening around you, it's the story going on inside your head. It's the past you haven't made peace with, the needs you were too scared to speak up about, the parts of yourself you've been told to shut down or ignore. That's why certain words can cut so deep, not because of what was said, but because of what it brings up. It's not just a moment, it's the reminder of a deeper wound that's never been fully healed. And no matter how strong you try to be, no matter what kind of persona you put on for the world, eventually the mask gets too heavy, and pretending to be okay starts to hurt more than just being real. All right, here's a tough truth. and it might sting a little. You're not just hurting because someone betrayed you. You're hurting because deep down, you've convinced yourself that their betrayal means you weren't enough. You're not just heartbroken because they walked away. You're hurting because you've tied their decision to your self-worth, like their leaving somehow means you weren't lovable or worth staying for. You feel stuck, not because you're weak, but because you're still chasing approval from people who don't even know how to validate themselves. But here's where your power comes in. You don't need the world to treat you better. You need to start treating yourself better. As long as you're waiting for your circumstances to fix you, you'll feel powerless. As long as you're waiting on apologies or closure from someone else, you're handing them control over your peace. Real freedom, it doesn't come when people stop hurting you. It starts when you stop hurting yourself on their behalf. It's time to stop depending on other people to give you peace. You can reclaim it right now. You can take your power back.
It's time to take what belonged to me.
Awakening begins with one brutal, beautiful step, and that is radical self-honesty. Because here's the thing. Until you get real about what's actually driving your choices, your reactions, your patterns, it's going to keep running the show. And the worst part, you'll think that's just how life is. Carl Jung put it perfectly. Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. That's why all those difficult emotions that come up, the fear, the sadness, the shame, the feeling of not being enough, they're not there to ruin you. They're actually pointing the way forward. They're not your enemies. They're invitations. Invitations to grow, to understand yourself, to finally heal. True healing, or what some people call integration, means looking at the parts of you that are hurt and saying, you belong here too. Not trying to erase your past or fix yourself like there's something wrong with you, but standing with all your parts, all your experiences, and saying, I'm done fighting myself. I choose peace over perfection. So let me ask you again, do you want to be unshakable? If you do, then stop waiting for life to protect you from pain. Start becoming the kind of person who learns through the pain, who turns it into fuel for growth. Be brave enough to really look at yourself. Face the parts you've been running from. Own the feelings and flaws you've been taught to hide or be ashamed of. Because your strength, your light, is not about avoiding the dark. It comes because you've walked through it. Now say this with me. I am no longer a victim of what has been. I am the author of what I become. I choose awareness. I choose integration. I choose myself.